Progressives are at it again. Joel Engardio, who pretended to be moderate during his last election, is showing his true colors. So he is proposing that we permanently close the Great Highway and build a park along that stretch of Ocean Beach. This is a bad idea for multiple reasons, but the idea that we need to close Great Highway in order to build this park is false. We can have both. But let's talk about why it's a bad idea. So closing the Great Highway isn't going to magically make traffic go away. What it's going to do, it's going to divert the traffic into the residential parts of the Sunset. And if you don't believe me, just go there Friday after they close the park and see how backed up the other parts of the Great Highway get. So there's a lot of people who need to get from the northwest side of the city to the southwest side of the city, and the Great Highway is one of those routes. So this idea that we need to close the park is just based on anti-car ideology. So not only will this make it worse for residents in the Sunset and people who need to travel through that area, it will make it worse for transit because now there's going to be increased traffic. And we see this as well on Lincoln on the weekends when people are trying to access the music concourse so they can go to the DeYoung and Academy of Science. That part of the street and park gets backed up and the buses just sit in traffic for way longer than they should. Now let's just talk about this idea of turning that area into a park. San Francisco has had iconic oceanside parks before. We had Funland, but that went out of business before I moved to the Bay Area, so I don't know why that happened, but it's gone now, and it's senior housing in a safe way, as well as other housing. That area is also very windy, and it's usually not very sunny in that part of the Sunset. If you live here, you know this. So I don't think it makes a lot of sense that to build a gigantic park. Now, I would not oppose building a park because more parks the merrier, but we don't need to close the Great Highway to do it. So what I would do is I would keep the Great Highway open as it is, but I would close it at 6 a.m. Saturdays, or maybe earlier on Saturdays. So then the people that do like to bike and walk down the middle of the street can. And expand the walkways so their bicyclists and pedestrians have safe spaces to use that in conjunction with the traffic. So that's what I would do. But another thing Joel is not thinking about, because he's not actually thinking about making life easier for residents in the Sunset, is that to access this park, a lot of people are going to drive to it, especially tourists. And so where are they going to drive? In the residential parts of the Sunset. Now that will probably help a lot of the businesses, especially towards the outer parts of the Sunset, but it's just going to create a lot of traffic for the residents there, and I doubt that's what they want. So if this makes it on the ballot, vote no, vote Joel out, vote Scott Wiener out, vote for Jeremiah Boehner if you want to bring common sense back to San Francisco government. You can find out more about me at Jeremiah4SF, JeremiahFORSF.com.